What's next? I wrote a book called Next. 4 Steps to Get Unstuck and Walk into Purpose. Because I had got to the place that I had become complacent and I was comfortable, but God told me there is more that I have for you. And I want to tell you, ladies, there is more that is for you. We have come such a long way. We are living in the greatest time that women have ever been alive before. And Susan Hicks came to drop by my table today. Raise your hand, Susan. She said that she was living during the time where women were to be seen and not heard. And that she had to work her way up the ranks in order to get the position that she retired with. But that she, while she was in the meeting, she had to timidly raise her hand and say, but she had the boldness to do it. And she raised her hand and said, excuse me, but what have you guys considered doing it this way? And sometimes we have to be bold. Even when we are afraid, we have to be bold and do what we are supposed to do. Because women, as it has already been said, there is power inside of you. And so I want to challenge you today to not just put this, chalk this up as another event, another social event, another women's conference, another time to meet people that I hadn't seen since last year's conference, another time, just another thing to come and socialize with women. But I want to challenge you to make this a time, to use this day to walk into your next, to use the power that is on the inside of each of you. And I am reminded of a story about a Jewish woman named Esther. And she was raised by her uncle named Mordecai. And he raised her because her parents were killed while she was young. And so she ended up getting married to a king. And she was in the king's palace. But there was someone that worked for the king, because Esther was a Jewish woman. But someone worked for the king who didn't like the Jewish people. And so he had arranged for, on a specific day, for all of the Jewish people to be killed. But and she didn't know about it, but her uncle Mordecai got wind of it. And he had sent a word to her saying, I need you, we need you, your people need you to go to the king and plead for our lives. And of course, Esther was afraid. Like many of us, we are afraid to walk out in boldness and walk in our purpose and do what we were called to do. So she used an excuse. Because many of us use excuses to not do what we know is right. Many of us use excuses to not get out of our comfort zone. Well, I'm okay right here. I'm comfortable where I'm at. Let everybody else do it. But I want to challenge you today to do your part. Then to take the education that you have received today to walk into your next, to walk into your purpose. So anyway, Esther used excuses. That if she went before the king, because back in those times, even though she was married to the king, if you went before the king without being requested, you could be executed. And so she used that as an excuse. But you know what? Mordecai sent a word to her. He said, if you don't do it, somebody else will. But who knows if you were born, if you were put in your position of royalty, if you were put in the palace for such a time as this. And ladies, I want to ask you, who knows that you are sitting in the seat that you are sitting in for such a time as this? Who knows that you were born for such a time as this? You have creativity. And I want to stand here as your midwife and tell you to push. Because I heard someone say that people are not looking for you, but they are looking for what you are carrying. And if you don't manifest what you are carrying, then people will ignore you. So I want to challenge you today to take a stand. Manifest what's on the inside of you. that have already been discussed today to keep you from walking in your power. Power to progress. I decree that we will not regress, but we will progress. And that is what this summit was about today. Power to progress, to move forward. There has been a lot that has been done in this world by amazing women. But you know what? You are amazing women. You are amazing. You are thebomb.com. And I want you to know who you are. Because many times we won't move out of fear because we have self-limiting beliefs, because we do not feel like we are qualified. But know who you are, because once you know who you are, then you can step out with boldness and say, I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do, whether I feel like it or not, whether I'm scared about it or not, I'm going to do it. And so I want to challenge you today to do it. To walk in the power and do what you know, push out, manifest what is on the inside of you. And as long as you do that, and it doesn't have to be a big step, but just take a next step. It doesn't necessarily have to be the biggest step, but if you just take a small step towards moving forward, moving into your destiny, that's all it takes. Don't stand still and watch everybody else do it. You do it. You do. Walk in your calling. Walk in your purpose. Thank you.
Wow. All right. Just really quick. I want to just say thank you so much for joining us today. Really, really great. And as I mentioned, I have a team. So it's a phenomenal team. So I want to make sure I call them up and acknowledge them, make sure they come up here. So of course, my partner in crime, Erin, thank you so much for co-chairing this today. And she knows, and I think almost everybody knows, if you come to me and say, I want to help